Hello, America. If you have family out there, you should send this on and make sure a lot of people see this. If your family is at the protests that are going on anywhere around this country, please start talking to your family into going home because the element down there is getting dangerous and getting bad. And a lot of these kids down there and people down there just don't know what they're there for other than to be there. A protest is when you get together, you write down what you're upset about, you address it to somebody who has the power to do something about it. And if they don't, and it continues, then you show up with many more people and protest again to try to come up to some agreement to make it right between the government, the people, whoever. This is not a protest. This is an occupation. I did videos about this for the last 3 years. I said that I seen us coming to this point, that even with all the money, I've been predicting so many things, and I did videos because anybody could say what's happening once it happens. Tell me 3 years in advance what you see coming down the road and be right on so many things. And I did videos on all these things to show that I knew what I was talking about. And guess what? Sadly, I was. And I'm right again here. If these protests don't stop and they continue to get bigger and they get more violent, our law enforcement in this country has no problem in opening up a can of whoop ass on these protesters. Because a lot of people don't see this as a legitimate protest. And if this government has to find some loophole like it does in anything else it does, to say that this is not something that should be allowed to go on in some way around the amendments and whatever they have to do, they'll do. And you will be gone by force. Don't let it come to that. I don't want it to look like Greece. I don't want it to look like these third world countries out there. We're one of the greatest nations. Just 25 years ago? For the most intelligent people or mechanism, or I think whatever how you want to ever phrase it, we are at the top of the food chain. We are the smartest thing on this planet. We are human beings, are the greatest thing there is over everything else. We're so great, we're destroying ourselves. It's horrendous what's going on. But my point is that if you have family members out there, you got a lot of these kids, they just want to go down there and party and be part of it all. I'm telling you, if you have kids down there, get them out of there. This government, these cities, I live in Philadelphia, I've been in law enforcement, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to open a push-on move, a forced move, against my own people, for trying to. I understand their frustration. I'm frustrated. I would have loved to be. I want to protest too. I'm very upset in many ways with this government and the way everything's went on. And like I said, I've worked within the system. The system is a lot of the problem. But that's for another story. The thing is, I agree with people upset. I'm upset. But to occupy all these areas and cost all this taxpayers' money, it's not helping the situation. You're down there trying to set things straight, and you've been there for, this is supposedly going to keep going and going and going and going. How long is it going to go way up to the next election? What's going on? Like I said, get together, present your arguments to the right form, and see how they want to respond to that, and go from there. you're going to force these government agencies, and it's going to be a lot of them, because I don't think the local police departments are going to be able to handle it all and protect all citizens and do everything it has to do. So there's going to be a lot of people coming down to handle this, a lot of equipment. And like I said, I thought I would have had to watch other countries to see that type of movement. I know we've had our rights in these countries and all types of things, but it was about more civil rights than anything. It was about the way people weren't treated equally in ways you couldn't argue, you couldn't dispute. But when I hear them things today, I tell them I don't want to hear about it. As history, yes. I use history to learn a lot. I've used history to guide my life. But I don't take history to make me feel sorry for black Americans who were slaves. I'm sad for history. It was like that, but I'm glad somebody straightened it out. And I don't see that today. I would love to see somebody challenge me as a racist. Boy, would they be in for a surprise. Same thing with today. We're in a whole different world. I don't even recognize what I see going on today. So yeah, we're lost. We're way lost our way. But this is not the way to handle this. Okay, our credit rating went down. Our pride don't have to go down with it. Please. I don't want people saying, oh, we want to show you some third world country video. And here it is, it's the United States of America. Please. But let's, whoever's controlling this, whoever's making this ad, whatever, get your kids out there and talk to them and explain to them. Yeah, they have every right to be there. That's not the problem. The problem is this is going to make a problem. And that problem's just going to cost more money and add more. Where's the logic? Where's the sense? Tell the people we're going to pull away and we're going to leave a certain amount of people behind, and we're going to write the petition up, and once it's handed over and accepted, we're going to leave and give them time, a certain amount of time to handle it, and if not, we'll be back. I think they'd be willing to listen to something. But you'd have to be reasonable. Right now, this country is like a major car crash. The victim came in a critical car crash. He has injuries all over, internally, externally, you name it, head trauma. You know what happens when he gets in that ER, in that trauma unit? A team of people go to work on him, because the assessment of the person is important to do to find out where all the problems lie. And if you have internal bleeding, I'm not going to worry about your broken leg or your broken arm or the internal bleeding, of course. The internal bleeding will get the priority. Same thing with police work. Everything's prioritized. Well, this country is like that. We're not a train wreck waiting to happen. Our train, as far as I'm concerned, is already wrecked. The question is how are we handling on the cleanup from the wreck? The towers were attacked. No time at all. We cleaned that city right up and got right back to business, got everything back going to show them. Not even something that strong could even slow us down for a moment. It hurt deeply. And we've been striking back ever since. But the problem is, I'm getting off the subject. You got the idea. Please, if you hear this, pass it on. God bless everybody, and may you all be protected out there, and be careful. And law enforcement, be careful and do what it takes to make you go home safe at night. Good night.